2 seconds.
All right, goes. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to Twitch. It's Saturday afternoon. It is time to blow up boats for fabulous prizes. My name is C-Raptor. I am joined today by a veritable cadre of talent here. My good buddy Lord Zath, who normally does these tournaments here with me as well. How you doing?
Hi.
Have you been drinking already? It's only afternoon, man, so that's too early.
It's evening somewhere.
It's evening somewhere. Well, you're not wrong. Anyways, we got a special treat today because we've got a lot of streamers and not as many games as we were expecting, so we're doubled up here. I've got Krigor as well. Say hi.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
There he is. And my buddy Hotel Kilo Actual, fresh from his Shimakaze grind.
Hello.
And they can't hear you guys because I have not set this scene up correctly, and I failed. All right, you have to give me 1 second here. God, I really do suck at this.
All right, from the top.
Kind of day. Well, hang on. No.
And
It's
one,
cool.
and
Hang on.
two, and-
Hang on. They can't even hear you yet. 1 second. I got to get the damn thing added. I know, right? I'm a genius today. I added it everywhere but where I needed it.
Well, the important thing is your announcement came through perfectly fine on my stream.
Exactly. It's only on my own stream that this is a problem. Here we go. Audio input capture.
Yeah, my folks heard most of what you were saying.
There we go. No, wait. No.
Well, my stream
Hang
failed to
on.
launch, so...
Looks like a
Wow,
lot of
it's that
Team
we're all over the place
AFK
today. Give me
is AFK.
1 second.
So
I gotta change scenes.
we might miss a game here because AFK is AFK.
Come on. What is going on? I just added this thing.
So do we just backfill AFK's ranks so we at least get a game to show?
There we go. All right, somebody say something again.
Tuna
Hello.
fish.
Yay! Finally. Good lord. Oh, I totally suck at this. Anyways, okay, so we're here today, and we're starting off with the Swiss rounds for Fight for the Flagship. Now, this is a Tier 8 tournament that we've put together, and we're gonna be here for at least 4. I think we're doing 5 rounds today. We don't need that many, I don't think, but I think we're gonna do 5. I may have my. This is a new mic, Zath. I mean, is my audio messing up?
Sounds fine. I was worried about a little bit of clicking at the end, but it hasn't happened again, so...
I'll tell you what. I'll just take it off of. I'll turn it on. I'll just leave a hot mic, which I don't normally do when I cast, but I'll just leave a hot mic so that it's less of a problem now. Still having problems?
No? Sounds fine.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so, starting off today with AFK and Oops. Now, the way this works is that these teams will go in and they will each pick ships, right? They get to ban ships now. This is Tier 8, 8v8, no carriers. And they're going to pick ships that they don't want in the match at all. So the top team, the home team in the match, will pick 1 ship. They'll ban it. That means neither team can play that ship. The other team will pick 2 ship classes. Those ships are then banned, and then the last team will come in with theirs. So let's have a look, and we will see what we can do. Let's see. All right, I got to go to the right channel here. Anyways, how you guys doing today? It's Saturday.
I'm doing great.
Not too
I'm
shabby.
really excited for a new tournament that I haven't covered before.
Yeah, this is going to be good. We've been trying to get an invitational off the ground for quite a while. It's something that we literally started talking about internally more than a year ago. It's just taken us this long to kind of try and get the timing right. Get our format, how we wanted to run it, put together, and everything, and then go from there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The trick is just, man, we've had a lot of struggles getting our technical back end stuff today organized. So bear with us, guys. I apologize for some of the issues.
We're all gonna blame Raptor anyway.
I'm used to it by now. Hey, look at the bright side. At least I haven't yet forgotten to show them the game when we transition over, right? That hasn't happened yet.
I mean, the game hasn't started, so that's yet to be seen.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about you, but I'm 5 minutes into this match. Where have you been?
that's just good streamer practice, right? That's what's everybody just get used to it after a while. So,
Yep.
Anyways.
Indeed.
All right. I'm trying to see what ships these. I'm trying to look and see. How do we know? Okay, so AFK's missing some people. Go ahead.
Yep. AFK has missed some people. AFK has elected to. Can we shout out eliminations already?
Yeah, if we know what
Sure.
ship bands they're doing, let's do it. Because where did you find this, by the way? So we have it.
Sure.
It was
So
scattered
it's
through
in the chat. So 90th
okay.
has elected to ban the Vladivostok and the Mogami, where AFK has
Okay.
elected to ban the Kid and the Cleveland. Interesting choices.
Okay. That is interesting. Vladivostok, I'm not really surprised. I think people are learning out of this season of clan battles that killing those is a real pain in the ass. So they're like,
Yeah.
pick a different battleship, sir.
Indeed. I do find that the Kid is an interesting choice. That isn't one that I've seen at all in clan battles thus far. Of course, with it having a heal, that does make it a bit more of a dangerous DD. But it's kind of interesting that Lo Yang wasn't selected. Maybe both teams built strategies around it, but
Maybe we've started trying. Hang on. We've started messing around with Kid in our compositions.
How's it working for you?
We use it. So clan battles right now has kind of been super Akizuki spam, right? So what we've done is we've pulled out Akizuki out of our comp and we've added a Kid in exchange, and he kind of is a rover, right? We use him a lot more for spotting since the Akis tend to want to try and camp in one spot and just farm damage and you know that the angry smoke cloud. It's worked out pretty well because the compositions that we've been running are Battleship, then we run Edinburgh, Atago, Double Akizuki, and Kid. So we have 4 out of our 6 ships have a heal, so it gives us a lot of longevity in the match.
I can understand that. You said the heal makes the Kid a viable option, just not one that I don't think a lot of teams are using for clan battles.
Okay.
Oh,
You guys
nothing
chat
wrong
for a
with
bit.
that, too.
Yeah, you guys go for a bit. I'm trying to help Mike work things in the background here to make sure we get everything off the ground.
Yeah, indeed. And folks that are watching here, just a reminder, we are on a 5-minute delay. So everything you're seeing is coming to you from 5 minutes ago. And that's mostly just for team security reasons. Obviously, we don't want to let teams see the other team's lineup before they jump into battle, as that is unfair. And of course, nobody is going to be doing any stream sniping, but just for peace of mind for the clans, we are doing the 5-minute delay.
What do you think of that Cleveland ban?
It's an interesting one. That's for sure. Obviously, Cleveland has the high shell arc, so you can hit it close or get it close to an island. And safer from battleships if it does get radared. But you also then have the Baltimore, which you just back it up a little bit more and it can do the same thing, just with bigger guns. Granted, they do fire slower, but certainly an interesting choice. Cleveland is probably one of the stronger ships for, tier 8 competitive as far as the radar ship goes. So,
yeah, it's pretty much your tier 8 Atlanta.
Which is interesting because we haven't seen many Clevelands at all in clan battles.
Yeah, I was going to say most of the radar ships we've seen have been Baltimore's or Chapayev's in our clan battles, anyway.
Well, it's interesting. Like with only 4 bands, if you really wanted to push, could you get all the radar cruisers? It's Cleveland, Edinburgh, and Chapayev are the 3 big ones. Baltimore, who am I missing?
Wichita.
Those are the,
Wichita. Has it. I think
yeah, so I
that's
think
it.
I don't think you could. I don't think you can actually ban every radar cruiser available at the tier. I think there'll still be a gap in there somewhere. So a team that still wants to bring radar can find a ship that can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, teams that elect to completely ban radar, I think actually put themselves at a disadvantage because you have the Vladivostok in the game. That is probably the strongest battleship just because of how strong and resistant it is to high explosive spam.
What do you think about the Lenin now in place of the Vladivostok?
I mean, it's the same thing. It's just got a different gun arrangement.
Oh, did you guys change which side I was casting from?
You were on Oops the entire time. They just put you in the wrong spot.
I thought they were supposed to have you on
I
AFK.
gotta change my overlay then. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not a problem. It's fixable. It's just
We appear to have plenty of time to get it fixed.
Yes.
Yeah, it does appear that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, and again, folks, we do have AFK here trying to pull some of their folks together.
They're missing one. Well, they got a bot in here right now.
Yeah, one of their guys thought he had more time, got stuck in the match, and it was one where both teams were playing fairly well, and so it's going the distance, so he's having a hard time dropping out without just suiciding.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so yeah, but they're still a player short, aren't they?
They just had another one pop in.
Okay, yeah, but they're still a player short, even with the bot. They've only got
I say
6
bring the
guys with
bots
AFK
in.
tags in.
If you look at
Well, I do too.
Shipstorm, that was that team that brought the bot BB, and they went far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh, my stinking over. Ugh. There we go. That's better. Four guys in the channel. None of you got nothing to say. Come on, guys. Come on.
Had a mouthful of orange chicken, sorry.
Oh,
At least I have chicken.
is that the generals?
No, Panda.
Ah,
Today,
Panda
the part of
Express.
Igor Jenkins will be played by Krigor. Live.
Krigor Jenkins.
Krigor! There you go. I like it.
At least I got orange chicken.
Now, you're not a Warcraft player, are you?
Oh, I am. I
You
am
are? Okay.
first round beta.
Okay. All right. So that meme hits all the right feels for you then.
Oh yes, very much.
looks like
Very
they
much
are
so.
calling the game now. 90th will advance.
Yep. It looks like AFK is going to be giving up the game.
Yep. They have to sacrifice
They've
their first
got-
round.
All right. Hang on. Let me ping this guy. Now, I guess that's the question, right? Because even though they can forfeit here, but if they can still bring a full team for round 2, they can play then, right? Like it's their day's not completely over.
Yeah, I think
So
they're just fighting from behind at that point.
Well, I know, but I want to be able to tell. I want to be able to tell the admins like what the deal is. I want to be able to tell Mike that look, AFK is forfeiting their game because they're like one player short. They're trying to figure that out, right? What I'm getting at is if they're not going to be able to form a team the full day, we just drop them out of the whole event, right? But if it's just we're struggling, like they've got people here, but the question is, can you get enough people to play again in 15 minutes or so? We'll leave you in the bracket.
Right.
I'm a firm
Well,
believer
according
in
to
bringing
their
the
chat,
bots.
they have 2 people sitting in games right now.
Well, I'm looking at one guy they've invited who hasn't accepted, right?
Yep. That's the
He's
one
one
that's
stuck in
the
the game.
Right,
Yep.
right. But they had 6 people here. They don't need a ton more. So it's like, come on, let's figure this out, guys.
It's alright. While I wait, I'll do a test ship game.
Looks like we're not the only ones that are having issues with teams not showing up. Looking at
Well, I knew that. I 187 wasn't there, so I saw that. All right, so let's see here. All right. Sorry, trying to do admin things. This is the single biggest reason that I'm trying to get out of this admin role. Because I just like on tournament days, it's like, ugh, I just want to cast. Just let me cast. Anyways,
But you're so
Well,
good at
hopefully-
it, C-Raptor.
no, at the admin side of things, no, I'm really not. It's certainly not something that I want to be doing. I ended up. I like to tell people that when it came time to lead this merry-go-round, I got stuck without a chair when the music stopped. So, anyways, that's kind of where we're at right now. In the meantime, I guess we can put up the tournament TV for a bit.
For those of you
We'll
guys
see
who
what's going on
are
over there. I'm not entirely positive.
waiting here, I'm
Well,
just playing a
XFC,
couple games in test ships while I wait to form
we
up.
had a lot of no shows today.
Yeah.
Can hear Raptor
which
very
has been
frustrated.
which has been the real frustration, I think.
Right.
Um,
When we think about it,
that's for sure.
most of your higher competitive ones, the guys that always show up, they're always consistent, they're always on time, ready to go. Those are all the
Right.
teams that got the invites.
Right.
These
Well,
are
one
everybody
of
else
the
that want to
reasons-
break into competitive or bring a second team. So it's gonna happen.
One of the reasons that we built the event the way we did was we wanted to open the possibility for teams who wanted to try their hand at this to like if you want to play against these upper level teams, here's a way you can play in and qualify and get up there and try it out. That was the goal. The struggle that we're having is when we picked the date, we fixed the date, we started moving in this direction. We didn't know that they were going to be running ranked and clan battles. Of course, clan battles is at tier 8. Like we picked tier 8 because we wanted to be different, but no,
Well-
clan battles at tier 8, so it's not that different, and it's just it's frustrating. Go ahead. What you were going to say? Was that HK?
No, I think
Oh,
that
they
was
can't
pretty
hear
good.
Zeth.
Okay, hang on.
I just
gotta
lulled,
just
that's
see.
all. I just said lol.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. And they can't hear you because I haven't put the right PC capture in this scene either. There we go.
Those of you guys
That's
on
what I
my
get
stream,
for-
please let me know
Well,
how the
I
audios
redid-
are
I
coming
redid
through,
my
the
voice
mix,
meter, right?
the
I
game
went
sounds, all
from
that. I
voice
want to make
meter
sure it's the
banana
same
to voice
levels.
meter potato, which now has more inputs and more outputs for virtual stuff, which lets me have much more fine control over my audio. But then I didn't get everything set up in OBS quite 100%. I got it set up in a couple places, but not everywhere. We're good to go now. It's a simple fix.
So, speaking of tier 8 clan battles, who here? I know Krigor, you are not in a clan anymore. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But
I ripped the
how
sword from
has-
so many nudges.
who here is doing clan battles?
Yo,
Yeah, we've done a few for sure.
Yeah. How has the season been going for you guys?
quite well.
How have you found tier 8? I've actually found it to be really refreshing. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the tier 8. There's no question. The tier 8 has been a really nice change of pace. One of the things that I like about it is that there's been a lot of variety, right? We fought a composition the other night that was 6 destroyers and a cruiser, and I remember we zoned into that game and went, what? We've seen people try 5 cruisers, a destroyer, and a battleship. We've seen massive
Oh my
Akizuki
God.
spam. We've seen people try Kiev spam. I've seen La Terrible spam, right? We fought a team the other night that was 2 Akizukis, 2 La Terribles, I think an Edinburgh and a Vladivostok. So it was a different comp than us, but it was like, La Terrible? Really? What are you doing with that ship? And apparently we were one of the few people that night that had beaten those guys. They sent us a really nice message after, like, yeah, like that's been working for us. Talking to one of the CCs in EU today, it was a guy, Zath, I think it was you. Was it you that talked to him? It was like he was complaining about Kiev spam.
Yeah.
And I went, really?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently Asia, the meta is all Kiev.
Asia. Yeah, so like, to me, one of the things that I like about Tier 8 from a competitive perspective is that the larger variety of ships gives teams a lot more creativity and things that they can try if they want to get creative.
Absolutely. And I think that's something we mentioned when you were on Shooting the Ship a couple of months ago, was that, Tier 8 being the competitive, when it was a competitive scene, making it this way now, there's so much more variety from 2 years ago when competitive, or was it 3 years ago now that competitive was at Tier 8?
It's been a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
there's just so much more ship diversity at Tier 8 that really opens up a larger book of strategies, like you were saying. And also just the ships at Tier 8 in general, there's a lot more in the standard tech trees that are a lot more viable as well at Tier 8 compared to their Tier 10 older brothers and sisters, right? So I just think overall competitive at Tier 8 is a bit healthier for the competitive scene. Also, it just makes it a little bit more interesting because not all of your ships have heals, right? At least all your cruisers don't have heals, which I think, you got to be a little bit more conservative, specifically with your radar cruisers. Unless you're taking Edinburgh, of course.
Nothing wrong with Edinburgh.
Absolutely.
No, I love Edinburgh in this format. I think she's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's such a good ship.
Yeah, I think, was it was it ZR that was playing it in Shipstorm? They were running Radar Edinburgh in it, and I think they were the only ones that I casted anyway that were running Radar Edinburgh, and it was working. They played it really an aggressive playstyle with it, but it was actually quite interesting.
Yeah, they were. I think that was them because Oni was running Destroyer for them, and they were flipping between the Edinburgh and I don't remember the other ship they bounced between. Because I was lucky enough to cast them 2 times, or somehow we ended up with them 3 times in the shuffle.
Yeah, and then you had who's the other one? Who's in the battleship? They were in the Lenin the entire time, or was it Vladivostok? I think it was Lenin. No, it'd been Lenin because you can't bring premiums.
It was Vladivostok because Lenin is the premium.
Okay, so got it back.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I can't remember, and I was giving him a hard time later for it too after the matches.
Yeah, it's 3 letters too, and I can't think of his name.
I think composition's the lower tier. It's definitely more diverse. There's no single destroyer that outdoes everything better than every other one for that style.
Yep.
There's a couple different comparable gunboats you can bring in for your destroyers. A couple of bit different torpedo boats are still viable at that tier. A whole slew of cruisers that can be versatile all over the board. And some really good solid battleships. I think battleships are the only ones that start to get the field narrowed a bit.
Yep.
Down to your Russian ones and your
North
Carolina and variants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
no,
Massachusetts.
One of the things that I really do like about Tier 8 is that the sheer variety of ships available really gives you a lot of options, right? Like you can do a lot of fun things. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons that we wanted to come back to Tier 8 for some competitive play. I'm really looking forward to today. I really hope we can get some games off. We had really good response, right? We invited 12 teams, and 11 of those have been able to participate, and we'll be moving. And so we'll see them next weekend. We had 18 teams, I think, signed up for today, and then several of them, like these are teams that signed up, and like when you read the instructions, they say, look, you have to sign up, you have to come to the Discord. We'll get you a rep tag. There's a pre-tournament meeting and all of this stuff. And so we had teams that signed up. They never joined the Discord, and we've never heard from them again. Then we had teams that signed up, joined the Discord, and then didn't come to the reps meeting and aren't here today. So we're not really sure like what exactly the deal is in terms of people just kind of disappearing. It's actually really frustrating. We've had no-shows before, but historically, when we have this many teams show up, usually you have 2 or 3 no-shows. We've got a lot of teams that didn't show up, and it's definitely frustrating for us to kind of put the level of effort in to get everything organized, for Wargaming to step up and back the event, and then for teams to be just like, nah, we're good.
Do you think it's burnout that's causing that? I mean, we've got ranked and clan battles out at the same damn time, and like you mentioned, clan battles is also
about to launch.
Wait, there's a sprint coming too?
There's
sprint
a sprint
comes
coming
in the next patch, I think, which is in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I think honestly, to answer your questions, the answer I think is yes. Absolutely think it is.
So we're gonna have ranked, clan battles, and ranked sprint on at the same freaking time
for a short period of time. Yeah, sprint's going to be during the wind down of the other 2.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, because it's
while doing the giant grinds for all the mini missions are dropping.
Right. It's. I don't know. I can't explain sometimes some of the frustration. I know, Zath, you and I have talked with him about this. Like, guys, there's just too much. There's just too much. It's one thing to have rotational events. Like you've got clan battles come and go, ranked battles come and go. That's awesome. And this is the first time they've ever attempted to stack them on top of each other. And I'm just not sure why that is. I don't understand why you seem to be cannibalizing the player base for that purpose. I'm not sure. I don't understand the need for it.
I mean,
I would love to see ranked and clan battles alternate every other month, and then do the first and third week of each month as sprints. So you've always got something, but other than because sprint stacking is no big deal. Most of us finish sprints in 30 games or less. depending on how your string goes, or maybe 40 or less. So you can burn them out, or pop them out quickly. But I think stacking, or literally, Clan Battles ends on Wednesday, rank starts on Thursday. It's why I'm not even doing rank this season. Like, I've hit the wall with it. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I've played 4 games. I don't know how much farther I'm going to go in ranked.
I was actually I picked a ship that I wanted to play, and I've had some really good games in it. But like as is typical of ranked. There we go. I'll get it out in a minute. They were rage-inducing, right? Like I had losses in Donskoy where it was like, come on, guys, It's high caliber, 190,000 damage, 4 kills, and I'm losing because my team won't kill the Fletcher on 65 HP. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right. I think stacking is fine as long as it's clan battle stacked with sprint.
Or
I don't think you should. I don't think you should do ranked with sprint at the same time. To me, that just seems like double dipping and not particularly productive. Because if you split it up between clan battles and sprint, while you're waiting for clan battles to be live, you can go and play sprint, and it's a completely different tier, which helps break up and prevent a little bit of that burnout that we're talking about. Right. And I think everybody was feeling that burnout when everything was at tier 10. When you had multiple seasons of rank, multiple seasons of clan battles sitting at tier 10, I think everybody started to feel a little bit of burnout. And it's good to see that Wargaming has responded to that concern by making ranked at tier 9. Someone's telephone is ringing, and
I took care of it.
But then also bringing clan battles down to tier 8. I know some folks in my clan aren't actually happy that clan battles are at tier 8. They wanted it to remain at tier 10. But I think it's actually better at tier 8 and keep ranked. I think you can keep ranked at tier 10.
And see, for me, I would prefer. For starters, I like the idea of clan battles being at tier 8. I like the change of pace for the same reason that I like that after all those ranked seasons to tier 10, they went down to ranked to tier 9 for a change, right? It's like, what a lovely change of pace. Right. So to me, this clan battle season is a nice change of pace. I've seen a lot of people complain about it, like, the Akizuki spam, and yet we've already seen in less than a week teams starting to adapt, right? Like, we're seeing teams with lots of Akizukis, we're able to win. We've seen teams try things without Akizukis, like that Kiev and La Terrible composition we saw the other night. So, like, one of the things that I like about Tier 8 is that there's so many more ships to choose from. You have such a larger variety of options available to you. It really gives you the opportunity to try something different, or to try and counter whatever it is that you think you're gonna be fighting against. And I really like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and all Gumo teams not going to go very far, but all Aki team can, all Kiev can. Like, an all Gumo team, don't get me wrong, we've done it. Zoop made a video of it called Rain of Fire. It is
I've
entertaining.
Seen that one. Yeah.
As all get out.
Well, I'm telling you right now, you and I, we all know, right? Those of us that have messed with that ship, the Triple Colbert Division videos are coming, man. Like, it's going to be a thing.
Oh yeah.
They're not gonna be very good because Colbert's made of tissue paper, but some people are gonna absolutely do it. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I want to see Triple Smolensk video called Playing with Fire, because it's just constant smoke screens over smoke screens and ships burning.
Okay.
We got to do that. Let's make it happen.
All right.
Zath can put it on his replay theater. You can throw it on your YouTube. I just want to be there to burn things.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We have random hotel giggles every time we triple fire someone.
Okay. And one of my viewers just mentioned also, we have to keep in mind that a lot of people are still smacking from that Venom grind as well, with all the Savage battles and field tokens and everything else. Plus now we've got the French Flakes grind. So in addition to the competitive stuff, there's an awful lot of the more casual stuff to do too.
So, like, the French event right now, the tokens, to me is a very hit or miss thing. Like, if you want to invest the time, you can. You have the opportunity to potentially earn early access to these ships. But if you don't, you're not losing anything. They're just coming to the regular tech tree. So does it really matter? Like, it doesn't. If you don't get to participate in this event, it's not that big a deal to me. Like it doesn't seem like it should be that big a deal.
Yeah, I think people are getting what they wanted and don't know how to deal with it. So many people complaining, we need more content, we need more content, we need more things to do. They went, here you go, and everybody went, okay, we went all the way to the opposite side now. Now we have too much to do.
I think part of the problem is when they give us all this content, you know, there's a lot of players, myself included, we want to try to do everything. But we're getting to the point now where that's simply not possible.
Well, agreed. And I guess for me, like I come from an MMO world where it was never possible to participate in everything anyway. So I'm used to having to evaluate a game based on my desire, like my available time and my desire, like what of all of the things that are available for me to do is the most important for me. And I think I don't pretend to understand wargaming's thought process behind this, but it almost feels like that one of the reasons that we've stacked ranked and clan battles on top of each other is they want to see if the crowds that participate in those are they separate, or is it the same group of people, and by running them on top of each other you're cannibalizing one for the other. Like what's the participation actually going to look like?
Right.
Yep.
Well,
Concurred.
and they'll get that stats, they'll get that data, and then yeah, we'll have to see what they do with it. You know, I have a strong feeling that there's also, you know, the idea that if they know that you're playing their game, you're not playing another one.
There is some of that, I think. I mean, you know, we've heard them say that before. But I'm also not a tremendous fan of that mentality because people, I realize why they're making some of the decisions they are, and to their credit, they have not been like what's the word I'm looking for? Obtuse? That's not the word. Evasive. They haven't been evasive about it, right? They've flat out said, look, we want you playing our game. Okay, that's great. But at the same time, people are going to come and go out of every PC title that there is.
Yep.
You want there to be plenty of things. You want there to be plenty of things to do for the people who are going to log in, and that's great. And I feel like that they've got plenty of content in the game right now, so that's a good problem to have. But it is possible, in my mind, that maybe you've put so much out there that you've got people who are trained is not the word. Trying to think here. What's the word I'm looking for?
Programmed. Be a completionist.
Programmed, maybe programmed is the word. Their expectation is that they're going to be able to participate in everything. They know that Warships only runs like one major event at a time, right? Whether that's clan battles or ranked battles or ranked sprint or whatever. And so their mentality is, okay, I can just log into Warships and participate in this one thing. I don't have to choose. Now it feels like maybe they're intentionally putting people in the position of, no, we're going to make you choose. I don't know what the goal there is, but that's kind of what it feels like a little bit.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. And you know, the question, and I'm sure this is, again, none of us are directly affiliated with wargaming and get to look at any of this data regularly.
No.
But is them doing this actually harmful to the game because you're splitting up the player base, and you're splitting it up a lot, and does the game's overall population, on just the North American server alone, for example, is there enough population to support having this many game modes going on at one time? You know?
No,
I think
right.
I don't know, and I guess maybe that's one of the maybe they're trying to answer this question for themselves, right? NA is not the smallest server, but we're also not the largest server either.
Right.
I think what is it? Is it CIS? That's really the Russia's probably the biggest server. The EU server is still bigger than we are, but I think we're bigger than Asia, so we're probably third, let's say, in the hierarchy of server size. So maybe this is something that they feel like they have to be doing for the larger servers, but the smaller servers, like the people that continue to log in on the smaller servers, are maybe the really dedicated folks, and they're not prepared maybe to handle this level of grindy event after event after event after event. I don't know. Maybe that's why we're seeing so many gripes from the NA side. I haven't talked to anybody on EU. I don't know if they have the same concerns or the same problems.
Sure. One other thing, like, just that I'm personally feeling is the Russian battleships. I mean, for lack of a better term, they just came out right?
Yes.
Now, even though it was, what, 4 months ago now? Now we're already talking about French destroyers coming in the next patch, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And we could reasonably expect that Italian cruisers might even be coming by the end of the year. I think it's probably going to be more of a January, February thing for the Italian cruisers, but are they releasing too much other content at the same time? I mean, yes, a game like this should be grindy, but are they trying to introduce too much grind at one time? I don't know.
I think, to me, that's a question that everybody has to answer for themselves, because everyone grinds at a different pace. I have no problem with them continuing to push out ship lines. Like, to me, that's what they should be doing. That
that should be their bread and butter.
Absolutely, like that should be coming all the time. It's like it's all the other little like events that go along with it. Like, we're used to getting a special fun mode for April Fools. Like, we've had space battles a couple of times. We had the jacuzzi battles that one time. We're used to getting some kind of special event at Christmas, right? So that over the holidays, people can log in, like the snowflakes thing, or a special Christmas New Year's campaign has been going on for 2 or 3 years. Like, that's been a thing.
Mm-hmm. And those have been fun.
Exactly. But generally, other than like holiday events, there's not traditionally been big events that basically you look at it and you say, I can't miss out on this, right? Like, this really all kind of, the first time that I remember them starting this whole arc idea was last year's release of the American light cruiser line. They started doing all of this. So, and then ever since then, like that's how they release ships. We get this big 2 to 3 patch arc event where there's a big focus on that, and then the next ship line drops and we move on, and then the next ship line drops and we move on. But on top of that, they've started adding in some of these special events like the Savage battles, and then when you put a ship like a Tier 9 premium locked behind a special event, it's like, ooh, this is, now we're getting into this kind of people are going to feel obligated to participate in that.
Right.
Well, and in addition,
and not only that, but you also have something else going on at the same time.
Yes, exactly. Go ahead, Zath.
Well, at the same time, you also have all these new containers that keep on being created for different purposes, for each of the events or arcs or whatnot. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's really hard to keep all of these things straight at this point. Like, all the different currencies, the special tokens that come with each event, all that kind of stuff. It's just mind-boggling the amount of additional complexity that's been introduced to this game.
Yeah, and it's all been in the last 6 months, and unless you go to the portal or to the forums, it's not really explained well in the client itself.
Right.
So maybe it's just information needs to come from more facets than it already is. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, so I'm trying to chat with the admins here to figure out how many teams we have left in the field. We're supposed to qualify 5 teams today, and it's looking like we only have maybe about 7, I think, that are actually showed up to play out of
wow.
the I think we had, at one point we had 21 signed up to play, 21 other than the invites. Late in the week, we had a couple of people start canceling, and I'm okay with this because people get close to the event and they realize, you know what, we're not going to be able to pull this off. That's fine. That happens to us in King of the Sea too. It's no big deal. I'm used to it. I'm not used to having teams just up and just not show up on the day of the event. Like, not this many. I think
Right.
that, to me, that's definitely a frustration. So we had one game that's been played. 5D beat one Therma game. Who'd they? They beat VIP. And then trying to figure out what other games were actually running out here. Let's see.
Looks like that was the only one that went. We had of course, FK was not able to field the team, so they forfeited the game to Oops, and then Buy forfeited a game to XFC.
Right, and then Buy, because it's the Buy, right?
Buy, because it's the Buy, right?
TNG and TXT were supposed to be playing. Trying to see, I don't know who else might even have a look here. Just trying to figure out who might actually be covering that match. We can find out if there's if there's actually a match occurring.
I'm just doing test shifts while we're chatting.
Oh yeah, well, and I'm poking around Twitch here, just trying to find out, look at the casting guys and figure out who is still around. Unfortunately, because it's Twitch, it's showing me a movie trailer while I wait. So they've gotten super aggressive with the advertising lately.
Yes, they have indeed.
I actually have no problem doing this if the ads, like for the ads that support individual streamers, but I get frustrated when it's done. It's just like
Twitch.
Here's an ad. Here's an ad. Oh, here's an ad. Oh, great. Thanks, guys.
Right.
You want to watch this? Watch the advertisement first.
Exactly.
Yep.
The most annoying part of it is when you're streaming and you're trying to find someone to raid or host, and you end up like, oh, I wonder if they're good. Oh, I gotta wait for 45 seconds before I can actually see if this person is, one, speaking English, two, if they have a webcam, and not being toxic as all get out.
Yeah.
All good points.
So for the folks who are just tuning in to any of the 4 streams that are up right now, what we are waiting for is the next round to start. We have had kind of a colossal tidal wave of no-shows from the player side this afternoon. We're working on getting the next round set up and get going. I shouldn't say we, I should say the admins are working on getting everything set up so we can get into the next round and bring you some games. So we're just kind of in a holding pattern right now, and of course we are on a 5-minute delay. Again, most of this is just for protecting team information so they can't see each other's lineups, also to help prevent stream sniping. So that is the reason why we're on a 5-minute delay. So
yeah, that's normal when we run competitive events here on Twitch. We always run on a delay, just that way there's no possibility of anybody can claim stream sniping. It does make interacting with the chat a little more impossible because they're literally reacting to something that we said 5 minutes ago, and we're probably on another topic already.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Especially during the just chatting segments of the stream.
Right. I think I'm not 100% positive. Trying to find out if TNG and TXT are it looks like we've got 6 teams if I'm reading this correctly, and it almost looks like with unless AFK. Okay, all right, so TNG and TXT are actually playing, so that game will have a result. If hang on a second, let me think here for a minute. I wish tournament would go back. So we've got. Waiting for the tournament screen to cycle here so I can talk to it here. Come on, get back over to the listing. Come on, come on. There it goes. All right, so 5D is here. XFC, I don't know if they're here. They played the bye. We know Oops is here. We know VIP is here, and we know TNG and TXT are here. So we know we've got 5 teams that are here to play. We're only qualifying 5 teams. So let me find out if there's even. I know, right? If we're at a point now where it's kind of like, are we actually doing this?
Just take the day off, everyone. Go home.
It's honestly, I'm beginning to wonder, right?
I'm okay with having a bonus several series of hours.
Yeah. See, and I mean, the only team that showed up to their match that was simply unable to play because they were a couple people short was AFK. Everybody else isn't even here. Nobody else, all these other teams just signed up and then just aren't here. So
yeah, no, I just threw up a giveaway for my folks. Sorry, boot dat is a keyword, so you get a CC crate for being nice and sticking around.
Yeah, I've been doing giveaways as well. Because for one, I've got tons of codes.
I might as well. I haven't even done one, but I hadn't even thought about it. But sure, let's give out some loot for the folks that are
sure.
That are.
Yeah.
Hotel, do you want to do a camo code, buddy? I'll toss you one.
Would one of the CCs want to give me a code? Since
I'll give you a camo code to throw out there.
Thank you.
You can have one.
Yeah. After that, screw you.
Fair enough.
But I hope you've been writing a lot of this down, Hotel, for the 24th, since we have now locked in Sea Raptor, and I think it's going to be a great competitive conversation we're going to have then, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And do we want to announce who our other guest is, Krigor?
Yeah, since we confirmed it, you want to give the announcement, since we got the confirmation yesterday.
Yeah, sure. So, for what is the date again? Sorry, I don't
The
have
24th,
that.
Saturday the 24th.
Of August, we have Sea Raptor joining us for shooting the ship, but also special guest, first time appearance, Majash is joining us on the 24th for shooting the ship. Should be one heck of a good time.
Oh yeah, because we'll be full steam through clan battles, the ranked. F4F will now be wrapped up because it's the Saturday after next. So, and who knows, maybe we'll have more ships to talk about at that point.
The way today's going, it might wrap up to next week.
All right, so we do. I'm kind of keeping tabs on things that I mentioned. We do actually have 6 teams that showed up. Of course.
Wow, being that 6th place team's gonna suck.
Right. I know, right? So XFC was here. They managed to pull the bye for whatever reason. TNG, TNT, 5D, Oops, and VIP, and then maybe AFK. We'll see. I'm not sure if they're going to attempt to come back in round 2. I just don't know.
I mean, they got a great chance from the way things are sounding.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Might as well. Might as well. So anyhow, all right. So we do have 3 or 4 games, at least 3 games per round to run. My suspicion is we were originally going to run, when we had 16 or 18 teams, we were going to run 5 rounds of Swiss. Earlier, Big M said he was going to drop it to 4 rounds. I'm actually wondering at this point if we even want to run 4. Like we're only trying to qualify 5 teams. After 3 rounds, somebody will be 0-3.
Agreed.
And at that point, I feel like for me, it feels like, okay, I feel like we've kind of done what we can with the folks that showed up.
Agreed.
I think for me, my frustration with this was when we were planning this event, our big fear was that the community, originally we envisioned this as 16 teams, invite only. And the more we talked about it internally, we kind of reached a point where it was like, no, we probably should have a play-in, right? We don't want teams to feel like they're completely excluded. If they want to come play, we'll do a play-in day. And the response we got from signups seemed to indicate that was working. That was the right choice. But I'm wondering, the turnout is not matching that. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe we should have just stuck with our original idea of 16. We'll just pick 16 teams and invite them, and then run the event, and then we're good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure there's a right. I guess for me, I was afraid that we would get backlash. People to be like, "Oh, why didn't you invite me?" Or "We're worthy of this." And I don't know. Right? To me, that was the reason we opened it up the field. We basically said, "Okay, we're going to open up the field. So if you want to play in, you can. You don't have to be on the invite list."
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, folks, what we are waiting for is the next round of games or an update from the admins of the Fight for the Flagship tournament to tell us what's happening here for the next round of battles. Once we know that, we'll get underway once again. And again, we are on a 5-minute delay for basically team secrecy and anti-stream sniping purposes. Not that we're overly concerned about that, but yeah.
No. But it's just, we always do it just for, everybody gets that nice little warm, fuzzy feeling. We don't have to worry about it. It's exactly right. Peace of mind. Now, TNG versus TXT has finished. TNG has won that match. So all the round 1 games that actually got played are now done. So Big M is working pairings now for round 2. And we'll see where that lands.
All right.
So we're still here. Yeah, we're still streaming, of course. It looks like we've got... I'm trying to. We had one of the things I really want to give a shout out to everybody who signed up to stream the event today. We had a huge turnout of people who wanted to come help us present this event, which is fabulous. We don't I'm looking forward now to the next King of the Sea, because I really hope we get this kind of turnout again. We almost were able to put together 10 stream teams today, which would have been fabulous. We don't have the turnout to support, unfortunately, that much streaming. That's one of the reasons we've got everybody kind of crammed here into one channel for this particular lineup at the moment. So we may end up piling a bunch of streamers into some of these games. We'll see how it goes.
Could be magical.
It very well could be. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we just gotta wait on the pairings to come up. Anyway, so
it's fine. I'm YOLOing 2 battleships right now. Lol.
YOLO. Now let me ask you guys a question. let's put you in the team captain of a team playing in this event. You sit down to play a tier 8 match, and you get to ban 2 ships that you don't want to see, but your team also can't play. Krigor, what 2 ships do you ban? Tier 8.
Vladivostok and the Chapayev.
Okay, so tell me why.
Vladivostok is just probably the strongest battleship in my opinion for survivability, so it'll go the longest. Chapayev is just so good at smashing destroyers, so it's really good at cutting off vision. So I'd want to remove that. I mean, yeah, it penalizes my team for the vision, but I'd have enough faith in my guys that they could still work around, having to use other tools to wipe out the destroyers. But I think Chapayev at tier 8 is the best at destroying DDs. Its flat arcs makes it really easy to track them when they're running and they're trying to juke, compared to the more floaty US and French or even Japanese, because the Japanese suffer from can't get that close to go after the destroyers because they get smashed too easily. Same with the French boats. They don't play well up close.
Okay. All right. HK, same question for you.
So I think I'm gonna go with Lenin. That's Comrade Nelson, right? Is Lenin?
Yes.
Am I remembering
Comrade
that right?
Nelson. Correct.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Lenin, and I'm gonna go Bayard.
Really? That's an
Interesting.
interesting choice. Why Bayard?
So Bayard, at least in my experience with so far this clan battle season, has actually been some of the most troubling, mostly because it's got the kind of what we've become to be accustomed to is the French troll armor. That spaced armor really kind of throws a wrench into being able to reliably do big amounts of damage with the battleship in particular, but also your heavy cruisers. So Baltimore, and Atago really being the 2 that I'm thinking of here, with AP. Of course, if you fire HE at it, you're gonna just wreck the thing because it doesn't have anything for armor. And I don't think, even if Bayard wasn't in the game, I don't think that I would ban the Chapayev. It's easy enough to take out with a competent battleship player.
Our matches are in.
So
Correct.
Yeah.
I signed us up for TNG and VIP 4.
I see that. Thank you.
Perfect.
They've got to go through the ban process.
Before we split off
The room
there,
up.
I think we can stay together, eh?
No, we're staying together. He's
we're
keeping
staying
us
together.
paired. Instead of having
There's
people
only 3
shuffle
games,
rooms,
so
he's
we might
keeping
as
them
well
together.
just, yeah. Just
VIP
stick together.
4 and TNG, right?
so I'm stuck
Yep.
with these
Yes.
2 again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's making the room?
Wow.
You stuck with these guys. You stuck with
Oh,
these guys all day.
ADM_Maverick made the room.
Yep. Room's up.
Which side do you want, Raptor?
Yeah. VIP. All right. Well, here's the good news, gentlemen. Both these teams just played a game, so we know they're all here.
Yay, we're gonna have a game.
Progress, baby. All right, so I'm with VIP.
Not VIOP.
VoIP?
No VoIP. And TNG, the new guys. Oh, let's actually save both.
There we go. All right, so
All right, so folks, we just got our game assignments. So we should be getting underway here pretty quickly. For the Hotel Kilo actual stream, the giveaway will be done at the end of this game. So when we finish, I'm ending it. Exclamation F4F will be the giveaway code for my stream, Hotel Kilo actual. And then Krigor's going to TNG.
Yep.
How about you, Sea Raptor? If you were going to ban ships for this, if you were team captain, what ships would you ban?
oh man, now you're asking hard questions.
Hey, you asked it to us.
I know. Give me 1 sec. I gotta get this.
Or maybe in the interim here, how about you, Zath?
Oh, for me, easy choice. it'd be both the Lenin and the Vladivostok.
Lenin? Why Lenin?
Understandable.
Well, because you kind of saw when we were talking before with previous clan battles, but I think both of them are incredibly strong ships. Both of them are ships that you kind of position in a spot, and it's very difficult to dig them out because of their armor. And they both they have some 32mm plating, but not a ton. So I'd say I would ban those two simply because destroying those two or getting them out means that there is, in my mind, more flexibility for the cruisers on my team.
Yeah, and really I touched on it very briefly. With both of the Vladivostok and the Lenin, they're both very resistant to especially 152mm high explosive spam.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's really the big reason for bringing them in. I mean, the fear was that Cleveland was going to rule this season of clan battles. I don't think we've seen so much Cleveland. It's been a lot more, at least in my experience, Baltimore and Otago. But yeah.
Agreed.
I think for me, if I had to pick, this is actually a really tough question. Part of me wants to put Akizuki on the list. Just because we've learned in CB with all that with that ridiculous amount of penetration they have with IFHE and the quarter pen they get, it's just they're so irritating. They're just so irritating to deal with. And so I'd almost rather just remove that. So like every other single destroyer I can think of, except maybe Cossack, I'm not super afraid of in a gunfight.
Cossack has actually been pretty lethal this season.
Cossack is an excellent ship, but she's not Akizuki, right? That's the thing. She's not Akizuki. TNG has too many players. So.
The reason why I think you can leave Akizuki off is because she's counterable with torpedoes. When she sets a smoke screen, I mean, sure, any competent destroyer player is going to be moving and angled in a way that it's going to be hard. But I think that having an Akizuki has been a bad thing for most teams that I've played against, at least.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the Akizuki is it's really good lazy play, right? You just pop smoke, hold down the left mouse button, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
And hope for the best, huh?
Looks like VIP is choosing to ban Chapayev, and TNG is countering with
TNG has elected Cossack.
Yep.
We're waiting for the second bans from both teams. Yep.
Well, TNG will get the third ban, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. So Chapayev and Cossack so far are out.
Cossack's really good. She wasn't a bad destroyer before her buffs, but after her buff, she's just such a fun and strong ship to play.
You can also tier 8 is also one of the few tiers where you have multiple ships. Well, Chapayev can just flat out stealth radar. Like she can radar without being detected. Edinburgh cannot, but it's a very, very narrow window. And that's only been since they changed the detection, the way that Concealment Expert worked with cruisers. Originally, Edinburgh's radar range matched her. Wait a minute, doesn't Edinburgh have 10-kilometer radar now?
I think it's 9.
9.
It used to be 9, but I think it's.
They standardized it, so I think it matches the U.S., but not the Russian, or it's right between.
I'm not sure.
I don't think you have 10-kilometer until you get to Neptune. But yes, it looks like TNG is elected to ban the Baltimore, with VIP going to Loyang.
Are they doing the Loyang or the Benson?
It's the same ship. The way the rule set is written, they're considered the same ship.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I did not look at that beforehand.
So you're taking the American gunboats out?
Yes.
All in one go?
The way the rule set is written, certain ships are considered the same. So by banning Baltimore, you also ban Wichita. No, they're not the same, identical, but they're close enough. Benson and Loyang.
Also, Wichita is out too.
Yes.
Interesting.
When you ban a Bismarck, you ban Bismarck and Tirpitz. Right?
Okay. So
same
South
Dakota. Exactly. When you ban a South Dakota, you ban Alabama and Massachusetts, that kind of thing.
Oh, 3 for the price of 1.
Yes, that's how the rules are written. Okay, guys, we're also gonna get to cast a game. Oh my gosh!
I don't know what to do anymore. I've been sitting here eating orange chicken and chatting for an hour.
Well, yeah, it's all right. We've done some giveaways. We've had some good conversation. Oh man, this destroyer lineup. This is gonna be fun.
I gotta say, I'm really intrigued by the way was it TNG did it. They had their extra guy in here, and then based off of ship bans, decided who was sitting this round and who was coming in based on what ships were going to be available to them.
Makes
so
sense.
Kind of neat that they have their specialists ready to go in case their ship gets in.
I'm not surprised at that though, and they're also some of these guys have had to go back to port to probably reshuffle something up. That's one thing that I wish you could do is change a ship configuration once you're inside a training room, but of course you can't. So with the ship ban thing happening, it doesn't surprise me that some of these guys have to go back to port and make a couple of adjustments and then come back into the room. The good news is that we're almost there. Geo Brigades with TNG now. When did that happen? He was with the MIA? Was with MIA for like years, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird seeing him there.
I remember playing against him and MIA in Supremacy League. This is like old home week for him going back to Tier 8.
Well, MIA disintegrated about a year ago now. For the most part, if I remember right.
You still see a few hang-ons.
I was gonna say, I thought some of
I mean, it's a completely different clan at this point, for the most part.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought some of the little subgroups were still around.
Some of the subgroups probably are, but the main clan, if I remember correctly, pretty much disintegrated into Rush B. I know was a big post MIA thing. And then, of course, Rush B disintegrated as well.
That I do remember. I remember when that happened.
Teams, just shuffle.
It is kind of interesting how, at the top end of the competitive scene in World of Warships, how there has been a little bit of volatility, kind of in just the general lineups of these clans. Some players switching sides and that kind of thing. It certainly shakes it up a little bit.
Indeed. All right, everybody's here. Everybody's ready. I think we're about to drop. There we go.
All right. What do we do? What do we do? I've forgotten.
Do I hit the transition button?
Apparently, we're still waiting in queue.
All right, and here we go.
Fantastic. Finally. All right. Ooh, oh my goodness, look at that lineup. Look at that. Don't they wish they'd ban Akizuki now? Well, this is going to be exciting, kids.
Indeed.
It's going to be something.
So, of course, Sea Raptor and myself, Hotel Kilo Actual, covering the game from VIP's perspective, with Krigor and Lord Zath covering from TNG. I guess, Sea Raptor, you kind of want to go over what the ship lineups are for VIP?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's get blown up here.
That's cool.
Yay!
Turn Duke off. It's a family stream today. There we go. All right, VIP coming to the dance with an Alabama Vladivostok double Cleveland Hipper, and their destroyer lineup going just really variety here. We've got Lightning, Le Terrible, and Kagero. Now the CAG, I can see. The Lightning, I think I get. The Terrible, I'm not sure what purpose you use for that. That ship has just yet.
I think it's because of its stupid speed. I think you use it as your flanker.
From A to C very quickly.
Yeah,
Speed,
but
yeah.
I'm watching this ship right now. That's not what they're doing with it.
No, they're
So
not. No.
I'm gonna be really curious to see this.
Right.
There's
And
also the
from
reload booster too.
That's true. We are seeing from VIP a focus on Bravo Alpha. Charlie is going largely unfocused.
Over on
Definitely,
the
we got
TNG,
CAG and the Terrible. Go.
on the TNG side, we've got Vladivostok and Lenin, both of the 2 ships I said we'd ban. And they're splitting up, one going C, one going for A. We've got 2 Edinburghs, and they are also splitting up, going 1 to each side. And then we have 3 destroyers, Kid, Akizuki going to C, with the other Akizuki with Geo Brigade going to A cap. So most of their team is heading to C, with a smaller force going to A.
All right, first shots of the game coming from Lord Vulcan.
Looks like they're trying to set up for just a really good crossfire spam with that split of their destroyers.
Now, one thing that's interesting, other than the Le Terrible, I'm pretty sure that the CAG and the Lightning outspot every other destroyer on the TNG side, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That Lightning has like 5.7 or 5.6 detection, maybe?
I think so.
El Terrible spotted, though, at C cap, and that's a whole lot of ships looking right at him.
Mm-hmm. When you said there were multiple ships going towards the Terrible, we figured he was going to take a slaughter.
Early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there goes
he did a
about
big hit
half
from
of
then,
his
bro.
hit points.
Yeah, 2 salvos already down to half HP. Trying to run north. I'm wondering how they're spotting him. Is there an Edinburgh? There is an Edinburgh back there.
Yep.
It's Edinburgh on each side.
Very briefly. I
Meanwhile,
do like the positions of the battleships for TNG a little bit more than VIP. Having them spread out really allows a lot more crossfiring to happen.
Your Cleveland, though, Jess MC, though, stopping broadside right in front of Edinburgh. I don't think he knew the Lenin was there yet. He's got to really hit that reverse quickly, otherwise he's going to be eating some citadels.
Now comes some
He's
of the
going
shells
forward.
now.
Yeah, that's
He is going
Edinburgh.
forward.
Here comes a lightning
Moving up.
smoke.
Lightning smoke for a little bit to try and get away. That'll help some. He did take a decent hit, not a horrible one. VIP moving out early on caps. They've got a lot of force in the middle of the board. The Hipper and the Cleveland are both in B, which is a little surprising.
Yeah.
The Kagero is rotating to A.
It's interesting to see that they're not playing Black Wolf in the Hipper more as a flanking ship. The Hipper, at least in clan battles, if a team is taking it, typically will use that as a flanker rather than to be in a center pushing position.
Which this is Vladivostok take a shot on the other Vlad, his broadside, or go after that Hipper. Where's the
looks like
bigger
he went after
payoff?
the Hipper because the Hipper was full a minute ago, and
Yeah,
well,
he's not anymore.
full right now. No, very not.
no, he might even take a torp or two.
TNG trading very well
Yeah,
early
he's
here.
going. He's
I
taking
would-
2.
Hipper's going to take 1. Yep, he
Yep,
took
up the
1.
butt.
Down to 3K. Looks
And
like he's going to
flooding.
get behind the
Nope.
island.
Smoke
No,
just
it's
failed
out.
on that Cleveland over
Ooh,
there. He's
1K.
visible and running.
Yep, there goes the
Uh-oh.
terrible.
Jess
Oh,
MC is about to eat an
Jesse
island over
MC
here.
is, yep, he just grounded in front of a Lenin. Granted, he's angled, but Lenin doesn't care.
Yep.
Right now, VIP is showing a weakness on their eastern flank.
Vostok's trying to push
Well,
forward to help him, but it's not going to be enough.
That eastern flank on the 8 line is essentially where all of TNG's force, that's all their force. Like everything's over there.
Right.
They've only got 3 ships at A, and they're basically there just to hold the line.
Right, absolutely. Ooh. Some shells from the Lenin knocking another decent chunk off of Jesse MC and the Cleveland.
This
over
might
here
be
for
the kill.
VIP. And first blood. Hipper goes down to the Akizuki.
Second blood.
Not really surprising.
Yep.
Is it
Second blood
second
might
blood?
be going
It is
down over here
second
for
blood, you're
Jesse
right.
MC.
Yep.
Or third, whatever. it
Terrible
might be.
out, Hipper out, about to join them. VIP about to be down 3 ships here on Trident.
Yep. Aki's now opening up. He's got no fear left.
Nah. He's doing a great job of not dying, but it was only a matter of time. It only took one shell. Well, it only took 1 shell, right? He was on 300 HP. This charge over here up the 8 line, not slowing down for God or anyone.
No reason to.
Vladivostok in the lead. Akizuki on his flank. Akizuki at his stern. Edinburgh in the back there. Kids looks like he's swinging wide up the 8 line just to spot, I'm guessing.
Keep an eye on SEAL Team 6 here in the Kagero. I think he might be going for a very risky rush. Oh, that plane's going to spot him, though. I don't know. Is the Kagero
Either
spotted?
that or
No.
He's not spotted yet. They still don't know he's coming up behind. Can you
All right, well-
see 2 Great 82 BU?
No.
He's
Spotted now.
about to slide into B. Oh, and now that the Cleveland's not there,
There
he's
goes
gonna
the
free take
Cleveland,
it.
yep.
Yeah, that split pincer they did, they just got in position so much quicker. Yep,
They know-
Kagero just
they know
got
the
spotted
CAG
for a
I
moment.
know the CAG's there now.
Edinburgh sees
and
him.
He's right there at the Edinburgh.
And the guns were already rotated because he was shooting cross shots at the Cleveland.
VIP down 4 ships. Does not look good for them right now.
Yep.
Your Cairo is on light up for the next 3 minutes unless he runs.
Vladivostok, muzzle in the Vladivostok is on fire. He did eat a torpedo. Looks like he either did not flood or he burned his damage con on it.
They're forcing your CAG into the island because if he comes out, he's so lit up right now.
Right.
He's essentially just stuck.
Yeah, they'll just farm the Vladivostok until he's off the board.
Indeed. The Storm taking a couple of good torpedo hits from ADM Maverick, Admiral Maverick.
Actually, it looks like Cowboy's flipping back around to try and go after the Cairo to get him out there.
Yeah, I see it now.
But those Storms are visible.
With his hydro and everything, he certainly has the opportunity to do that.
Yep.
Indeed.
What's interesting to me about these Edinburghs is that at least, actually, do we know that they were radar Edinburghs? I assume
Cowboy is radar. He
Definitely.
popped it early, which is what got the quick hits. It chased CAG out, or chased the Cleveland early.
Now this lightning, Admiral Maverick.
Oh, it was
full
only a
health
matter
to
of time.
nothing.
He's surrounded.
Yeah.
Surrounded.
Got Robocopped.
Okay, Zath, you're gonna have to explain that one.
Yeah, I'm lost on that one too.
Seen the movie RoboCop?
I saw it for the first time
yeah, when they line him up
ago.
against the fence and everybody just lights him up.
When Murphy dies, everyone's just shooting into him?
Oh, okay. I get it now. VIP beat out of their last ship,
Zath is that old.
crying here on Triton.
I had nightmares from that one,
I
man.
had never seen the movie.
That was in my formative years.
Without dropping a ship.
Indeed, TNG with a very convincing win here on Trident, knocking off VIP.
Indeed. Very nice execution on behalf of TNG in that game.
Very much so. Well, you see the power of the Master Akizuki spam, right? Like, it's just, to me, that's one of the reasons you take it off the board, if you get the chance, anyway.
Indeed.
Well, look at that. Cowboy with 2 kills, the Kid with 2 kills, Vlad with 2 kills.
Yeah, spreading the love around.
Yeah.
Those Edinburghs did great. Way better than I expected.
Really? Why is that?
They just get penned from so many different angles. And they had some pretty hard-hitting ships. With the Vostok, the Hipper can pen it really well. Doesn't have the biggest HP pull out of all the cruisers, so if the Cleveland could have got some steady fire on him, granted he got caught out early, so he had to rush for smoke and then got stuck. I honestly expected at least one of them to get slapped off the map, just from a really lucky pens from the Vladivostok or from the Alabama. Either one can do it pretty easily.
All right, well, let's head on back to the old tournament TV here and see what else is happening. Looks like 5D won their game. Who are they playing? I gotta go look now. XFC. Yep, they win there. AFK gets their win over the bye, although I'm not sure they're going to have enough. Still not sure if they have enough players. We know that TNG won, so we're just waiting on the TXT and Oops match to wrap up. We'll see what's left for a third round.
Just want to share a LOL moment. I received a Twitch Drops container.
Do you know what's
Congratulations.
funny? I have my Twitch drops go to my EU account where I need the money and the freebies.
That's what I did. Why I haven't seen them in forever, and I got to log into my EU account and check.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're not. They don't go anywhere. Trust me. I'll go a month and a half. I'll log in over there, and it'll be like Container City, baby. Maybe they just rack it up.
And don't forget to draw those lucky winner chicken dinners out there. On my end, it was Mr. Moose, 1983.
I mean, another giveaway here. Let me do that real fast.
Yep, I've been giving stuff away. I already gave away an Otago.
Oh, they get an Otago out of the crate?
Yeah.
Look at you, big spender.
On the Hotel Kilo Actual stream, winner is Mel Skilloco. Make sure you just say something in chat so we can confirm that you're here and get it to you. there we go.
Perfect. Hotel, I will message the code over to you right now. And you know what? Because I'm a nice guy, we'll make it a crate instead of a camo.
Aw.
I just realized I had a couple still left over from last month.
Krigor is so sweet.
Indeed. Yeah, congratulations to Melskiloko.
There you go. If you want to pass that on to that awesome guy.
Congratulations to all of the winners for these giveaways. Thank you for tuning in and joining with us, bearing with the delays. We really appreciate your support.
Now, if you want to do a camo code, I'll throw up another camo code for you, and I'll do a camo code on my end as well.
Speaking
of...
you
haven't done so, make sure you make your rounds, keep everything up in the background, so if you hear me say your name, you have more chances to win.
Yeah, speaking of having leftover codes, I just dumped 30 camo codes on my Twitch because I don't need them anymore.
You just pasted them in chat and went, go for it?
Yep.
Good Lord.
It's a free-for-all. Free-for-all on Zath's channel.
I mean,
for those of you who'll hear it in 5 minutes.
I had 30 of those, and I've got like 108 for the recent patch. So I mean, I gotta get rid of them.
Yeah. Holy crap, you got a lot, sir.
Yeah.
I usually run about a patch behind giving out codes. I've actually, between now and the next patch, which is in 2 weeks, I've got like 5, 10, I got 12 or 13 crate codes. Still got some camos. I still haven't even picked up my codes from this pack. These are all 8.5 codes I'm trying to get rid of.
I just got rid of my last 8.4s.
I have a couple 8.5s left, and I've got the new round to start to tap into.
One of the side benefits of getting so many stinking codes out of participating and making it so far in the ring contest last year is that I literally can't catch up now. Like, I'd have to go give them away by the dozen.
Yep, and there have been times Raptors actually helped me out with giving me a few of them.
All right, TXT does claim the win over Oops. Round 2 is over, so we'll wait for Mike to pair things up for one more round. Okay, we are going to stay with 4 rounds, guys. So 2 more games.
All right. I thought the Alabama was an interesting choice. Taking that over in North Carolina.
Well, or even over a Mass. Like, why would you take Bama instead of Massachusetts?
Right.
Sigma.
But if Sigma is your argument, take North Carolina.
I know.
Yeah, if you're worried about that, you're picking the wrong ship.
I'm being a little facetious there. Because I completely agree.
At least the Massachusetts has at least got somewhat of an opportunity to work on the Akazukis from a semi-safe distance, at least.
Yeah, it's just a question of whether or not you really expect those secondaries to do a whole lot at range, right? The Akizuki is going to be beating the crap out of you, and your secondaries are going to be like, well, we might hit him, we might not. Who knows?
That's fair.
Because that's the thing. Even having super accurate secondaries doesn't make them good.
Yeah.
Makes them better. It doesn't make them great. Yeah.
Yeah, and if at that point, I'd rather have the accuracy of the North Carolina to make sure my shells will hit where I'm aiming. Speaking of which, did you guys remember the last Halloween mode where you had the super sniper mode on the North Carolina?
That thing was amazing.
Oh, it was so great.
And I need it.
It was so great.
I don't know. I don't remember this. I did not play much of that mode. So
oh, you missed out. They had a consumable where you had like 0 kilometer dispersion. So your shells were just hyper accurate. Where you fired, those shells hit. So you get a broadside on the enemy battleship or the Mogami, you can blap them, 1-hit kill, gone, out of there.
Wow.
Yeah, everything came back into a tight pack fist right into the side of the enemy ship. Every shot.
That's really cool.
Huh.
Right.
I didn't touch that.
Still waiting on our next match, or?
All right, so
looks like they have been set. So we have TXT versus 5D, Oops versus TNG, XFC versus AFK, and then VIP4 has the bye.
Right, and XFC looks like they forfeited their previous game. They weren't able to round up enough people to play, which is odd. But I guess they had the bye in the first round, so they didn't have teams here.
Yeah.
So TXT and 5D are our undefeated at the moment, I think. That's not right. Is it?
I think so. I think you're right. Because 5D beat VIP in the first round, and then TXT beat SVG.
I think you're correct.
I'm just gonna cheat. TXT and 5D, yes, are undefeated. That's correct.
Yes, they are.
So let's see what everybody's signing up for here.
Well, TXT and 5D is already taken.
Yeah, I know.
Do we want to do what was the other one? Oops versus.
Sure.
Oops and TNG, right?
Yes.
Believe
I
so.
don't know. Can we get this many streamers into one match though? That's the problem, right? We've got all these people here to stream, and we're down to where there's really only 2 games.
Right.
I think we can. Why not? So there's 6 spots for Dirty Lunch.
Well, that's the trick, is that I don't know. I don't know how many. What's the maximum you can put in a training room? 12. A 12 on a side, right? 12v12 is the max.
Yep.
So we can put 4 on a side as max then, because there's got to be 8 players.
Yep.
So let's see. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got 4. We've got 4. Yeah, it should be doable.
Okay.
All right, let's give it a go.
All right.
So who we jumping in with?
TNG and Oops.
Okay.
All right, I will be slightly delayed because I dropped into it.
So it's DMAL. DMAL.
Yep.
All right, I'll be
All
slightly
sorts of
delayed,
streamers
but
in here.
I'll be here.
Now 6 of us at one set of voice comms might get a lot.
Yeah. We'll keep the four of
The
us.
balance.
6 of us. We'll keep it as is.
Yep. Oh no, I'm not gonna type that in chat.
Do you want Oops or do you want TNG?
I had TNG last time, so I'll take Oops.
Okay.
Raptor, same question?
I'll take TNG since I didn't have them last time.
Well, we're gonna keep C Raptor and I together apparently.
I'm just swapping sides so I can see their team.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Of course, TNG, they've been involved in the competitive scene for quite a while now.
They have. I first remember seeing them in, I think, King of the Sea 7 was the first time I saw them. But they played very well in King of the Sea 8 as well.
Yeah. And of course, Oops' players have also been on the competitive scene as well in other clans. So yeah, this should actually be a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think this will be a good match.
Well, hold on a minute. Well, keep going.
All right. Well, we've got our first ban. Oops is electing to ban the Akizuki. Probably a wise choice from what just happened. Oh, I thought C-Raptor ran away.
No, you're good.
Waiting for the ban here to come in from Oops. So this will be a pair of bans for them.
No, Oops banned first, I thought, right?
Did Oops ban
Oops
first?
banned Akizuki.
Oh, so this will
We're
be
waiting for TNG's ban.
TNG will ban. We'll have
Correct.
a pair of bans coming.
The home team, the host team gets the first ban, and then the visiting team gets the next 2, and then they come in with the other team comes in with their last.
I read the clan tag wrong. My bad.
No big deal.
Second ban is Chapayev.
Who's the host?
DMAL, DMAL.
Got it.
Yes. Yep, there you go.
Band 3, the Baltimore, so dropping 2
Baltimore
radar
and
ships out for
Wichita.
TNG.
Yeah. Well, 3, because you're banning the Wichita as well.
Oh, true. Yes, you're dropping 3 out.
Yeah. So basically, you're confining them to Cleveland and Edinburgh if they want to bring.
Right. Well, let's see what Oops decides to go with for their second ban.
I'm thinking it's going to be
a wrench into
Vlad or Lenin. Is what I'm thinking is going to come out.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well.
Unless they had somebody watching the last round and know to get that Edinburgh the hell out of there. Because those things did some work for TNG. It's a beautiful Edinburgh play.
And
I
this,
feel like we should play
this match
Jeopardy
is going to be
music.
played on Neighbors. Also, an interesting map.
It is.
Probably one of the more dynamic maps that are in the game at the moment.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
So
I wasn't trying to imply that I was a fan.
So just to give you guys, just to give you a heads up, we're now officially down to 5 teams. So I think what Big M is going to do is I think
And
we're going to go ahead
Kiev.
and call.
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
see.
Not
if
even
we're down to
play this
5.
match.
There's
All
no
right.
point.
Oops decided to go.
What I'm getting at is
Wouldn't
We'll
the
broadcast it
score
from
though
a-
determine placement next weekend though?
I don't know that it matters. Also, Raptor, your voice is completely cut out now.
Well, there it is, back nice and smooth.
Mm.
Yeah, we got your.
I know
nicely.
Discord was having troubles last night.
well, and I was struggling hearing you guys there for a sec. But the short version is that I think with only 5, we only need 5 teams, and it looks like we've got 5 that are still here. So it's kind of like at this point, I don't know that there's value in continuing to play. That's the conversation that I think Mike is having with them right now.
Okay. I mean,
Right.
Looks like everybody else has kind of ended up bailing out. I think what he's also trying to confirm is that okay, guys, if you're going to qualify and move on, let's confirm your availability for next weekend and everything before we sign up, before we sign off.
you don't want no-shows next weekend?
That'd be disappointing, given that
Less
we've
than optimal.
invited these teams and given them several weeks worth of notice. Yeah, that'd be more than disappointing, I think.
Oh, Rep, to your earlier question debating how it would work, got confirmation from one of the guys real quick from Shipstorm. You can have up to 3 sets of casters, and the game will still deploy us properly for detonation. If we add in a 4th set of casters, it automatically deploys us inside the team's lineup with no way of getting out, and they have to kill us off.
Okay, so four casters on the 4 casters on each side might not be a good idea. Well, we're only at 3, right?
Correct, yeah, so
Yep,
3
we're only at
sets
3.
of casters is fine. If you introduce a 4th set of casters,
Okay.
is when there's a problem.
Okay.
So big thanks to Munch Tiger, who had to
Mike.
go through that headache last tournament.
That's
for
good.
letting us
That's
know.
really good info to know. That's good to know. So thank you for that. My kingdom for a spectator mode. That's all I'll say.
Indeed.
My kingdom to have the ability for a spectator column in the training room.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't it though? Withdraw this giveaway. Said I would.
And one more reminder, folks, before we drop into this match, we do have a 5-minute delay here to discourage any stream sniping and also to protect the integrity of team lineups before we drop into battle. For the teams, of course, we aren't implying that any team would do any stream sniping or attempt to gain that information. However, we do it for a peace of mind for the players that are participating.
I totally screen gaze. Just saying. It's Nintendo. It's burned into me. Too many rounds of GoldenEye on the Super Nintendo. I got to know where you're at there.
Going
All right,
back
so-
to... Go ahead.
The good news is, if you guys want to cast this game, they're going to play this game.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's play it. Why
I'd
not?
say let's do it.
Okay. They basically said the Oops guys asked if they were up for a scrim. TNG says, "Yep, they're going to do it." So let's stick it out. Why not?
Yeah. So this match means nothing for the standings.
We are
ultimately no.
We're missing somebody for one of the teams. There's only 10 on TNG.
TNG is down a person right now. They only have 7 players in the room, but I'm confident they'll fix that momentarily.
Okay.
Actually, they're down one guy.
You know, you're talking about screen peeking. Back in high school, my friends, when we were playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, we got sick of 2 people just endlessly screen peeking. And so we actually built a cardboard setup, and 2 people were on high chairs, 2 people were on low chairs. And so we had it pied off that we couldn't see each other's screens.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we kind of took it a little bit more seriously than I think anybody ever should. But yeah. It was pretty interesting.
It's interesting. So we watched TNG do their Akizuki spam last game, right? So now they're having to adapt, and I'm watching them with their ship picks. This is definitely going to be some fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I've got the ship picks covered up because it's displaying on my screen on the stream.
I'm not showing it on my screen.
Yeah, I know. You've got your tournament up or whatever, right?
Yeah. So guys, just so everybody's 100% clear. This match ultimately will not mean anything. We're basically going to watch these 2 teams scrim against each other, since they've already gone through the ban process. They're just going to go ahead and play it out and have fun. So we'll cover this game. It looks like our 5 teams that we'll be taking on into the bracket for next week is 5D, Oops, TXT. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss somebody here. I'm gonna miss them anyway. TNG. Yeah, TXT, 5D, Oops, TNG, and I think VIP. I think because they had the bye this round, but they were still going to play. I mean, they played last round.
Yep. Yeah, I think you got the lineup right. There we go. Now we've got everybody in here. Boats are finally locking up.
About to get this going here. Waiting on Zath and one of the TNG guys.
Oh, what? I couldn't ready up a tier 1 ship.
You can now.
It's okay. I had a panic. I locked up popped a tier 1, and it shifted my spot in the lineup. And all I saw real quick was a tier 8, and went, "Oh, wrong boat."
It's still not showing Zath is ready, but I know last time. There we go. I know
go.
for a while we were having bugs in the training room. All right, we'll get this going here.
All right, and looks like we're just waiting for the final drop to happen. And again, folks, this is just a scrimmage at this point. This does not influence the final arrangement for next weekend.
Yep. So this is just for bragging rights and learning.
Yep. Just for them to get some experience.
And to test some compositions, which makes me curious. I know what our side has, and I'm curious because it's a for fun scrim. If your guys did
I'm also very
crazy.
curious to see. I'm also very curious to see the team.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow.
A Magi?
Wow, I haven't seen a
does have a
Magi
lot of guns.
Since the old SL days. Look at that, baby.
Well, I guess we can switch to in-game, right? Because it's not an official tournament match anymore. And now people know some of the boats.
I go ahead and show up. Well, I'll go ahead and show up. Once the match launches, there's no point in hiding anything. The only reason I don't do it when we're being fancy is because I try to make it a nicer or smooth presentation. But it doesn't hurt anything either way. TNG coming to the dance with their Vlad Lenin pairing again. Edinburgh double Kutuzov.
All right, 1 second, guys.
Kid
My headset decided to
and
die on me.
Interesting.
Always at the
And
most
looks like the
moments,
split
but I
here,
do
we have
have
Kid and
backup
Terry
batteries.
Blake going towards Alpha, Lo Yang going towards Charlie, along with both of the battleships.
Figure out where that last one went. There you are.
So on the side of
be a wide berth. Go.
Oops, they're splitting their destroyers. We've got the Kid and the Cossack splitting between A and C. Bayard, Cleveland, and what looks like another Cleveland, maybe with the mass heading towards C, with the Kutuzov back on the Cossack. Amagi just starting to get rolling. Looks like he might be heading over to A as well on the side of Oops.
Does the Bayard strike anybody else as a particularly odd choice? Like, I know, HK, you said you would ban the thing, but I'm scratching my head. Like, I'm just not sure about this ship. It's made of tissue paper.
I think they're going to play it like an Henri. Based on the way they're deploying it right now, they're way in the back.
It definitely has the speed for it. Like, you can make that work if that's your goal.
Well, he's also heading towards C, where there's a lot of low islands that he can fire over. So I think they're putting him in a position to just basically deny the C cap. I don't know that they're going to make him move that much.
True.
That's an interesting choice for taking a Bayard then.
But do you really want to triple Cleveland? Doesn't it? It almost feels overkill on the triple Cleveland.
I'm surprised that there isn't a Cleveland going with the Kutuzov. Because then they can smoke and radar.
I think they're counting on that Cossacks detection.
And we do have the Bayard spotted.
Yep, Lo Yang now into the bottom end of C as the military blip backed by the Kid, making the long turn forward of this island in the eastern
Lo
edge.
Yang's now spotted to us.
Yep, and now the Kid is going to be stuck in radar. Or not radar, hydro, excuse me.
Well, he's in hydro range, but he can get out of it eventually. He's just got to keep moving.
Yep.
I mean, if you're playing
radar
a Kid,
going
there's
out,
no
though,
point
from one of the
taking defensive
Clevelands.
Fire.
D-Mal has a great cross shot, though, on Tima's Proud Potato. With the Bayard counter on the other side, that Lo Yang's going to be in a bad spot here in about
Nah, he's safe.
Minute.
He's
safe now.
Yeah. He just pulled an Austin Powers.
I'm actually wondering if he can even get out of that spot.
That's why I said he pulled an Austin Powers. It's going to take him a while to get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have to do a 95-point turn.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But for the moment, he's capping as the military and Kid do bag A very handy.
Actually, it looked like he had just enough of a nose angle if he pre-shifts his rudder to actually pull out straight ahead.
Yeah, he should be able to get out of there pretty easily. Actually, yeah. Yep. And away he goes.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, it was a great tuck he pulled there.
Solid ship handling here. TNG moving out to a small lead here. Both teams picking up points now. Now it's about jockeying the radar cruisers into position. And for Oops, it's about trying to find a way past the very same radar cruiser. Now, one of the things that TNG has done with their board position, like, they're not really in a position that they can really hold A, in my opinion.
Oh, look at the
Kid.
Kid.
Just took a big hit.
Well, the Kid took a big hit. He's spotted. The Kutuzov backing him up. That's too great to be you down here. He's already under.
Amagi shots out as well.
He got slapped somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I think that Amagi probably gave him a little love tap.
Yeah.
Of course, the Amagi being probably one of the more accurate Tier 8 battleships.
With great torpedo protection.
Yep, with great
Very good
torpedo
protection. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a complete denial force field.
Eat a torp here? Nope, he got it dodged. Kid narrowly dodging a torpedo.
Of course, those Kutuzovs will eat it alive.
Bayard getting into proper French position, backing up towards the enemy.
The French position, is that Krigor speak for all the way in the back?
Yeah. Butt to the enemy, slight angle, get ready to tractor pull the map. It's called the French position.
There you go. There you go, and Kid now getting away with a free cap of Bravo.
Kid now
looks like he's radared. Looks like he is
radar
radared.
now. Yep, Cleveland there's got him picked up. They're going to drive him out of that cap, or at least ding him up while he sits in there, one or the other.
In Vladivostok here, the Storm moving into a position to try and push that Cleveland out. Pretty aggressive move on behalf of
position
TNG.
on the Bayard, so trading shots.
Yeah, Geo Brigade so far at full health.
Yep.
And that's the thing with the Bayard. The Bayard is going to come up on the losing end of this. Of course, it has one less gun. Or one less turret, right? It's not a 4-turreted?
No,
so,
it has the same number of guns as a Kutuzov.
Oh, same number of guns. Okay.
4 triple turrets.
But the thing is that the Kutuzov can hit it anywhere and do damage.
Yes, that's what's
Lemon
hilarious.
shots, though, coming across into his broadside. This may end badly for Pythias.
Just a chunk. I think a little bit of the trolley French armor there.
Yeah,
What's
the
hilarious
overpen
about that
saved him.
matchup, we don't normally think of it this way, but the Kutuzov is actually better armored than the Bayard.
Yeah.
It is.
It looks like Charlie Cap will be flipping in favor of Oops.
Yep.
Beats
And there we
Storm.
see the Vladivostok is pushing the Cleveland out.
And the Cleveland just started reversing. I don't think he's going to like that decision.
I think D-Maul
Don't
beached.
think so either. Ooh, but he didn't
Gets
get to
hammered
kill
there.
him.
I think
Did
he's
not get
reversing
the
on
kill.
purpose. I think he's going to get him in the way. He'll trade his small health pool for the Vostok.
But he won't be
We're
able
gonna
to
see the
kill him.
Ram. Can't be avoided now.
No.
Even if he doesn't kill him, the amount of damage he could do to
It's
him
one of those.
potentially.
There it is.
Didn't do much
But
at
he
all.
did
Somebody
lot of
brought their ram flag.
That, or he just wasn't moving fast enough to deal a tremendous amount of damage. Hard
Remember-
to say.
Yep. Is running a
Yeah.
ram flag, but I still think there may have been a little bit of a ram bug going on there.
Well, it's also
Yeah,
based on
Ram Wargaming's
speed.
been messed
Has
up for a
Wargaming
while.
fixed that? I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
That's a slow speed ram though, so that's going to be just grinding
Yeah.
on hull as opposed to like a big whack of hit
Right.
points.
A puncture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, up a ship now. TNG up a ship up about 300 points here. 7 minutes gone as they move
Ooh,
back.
Wicked
into
Little
the
Witch
sea.
giving full broadside to the Vladivostok. And probably loosing those shells a little bit too early.
Well, and the Lenin too. The Lenin's going to have a broadside on him as well.
Yeah.
Look
Here
like
comes.
Wicked Witch is going to Tokyo Drift that island for the announcer stop.
Oof.
Ooh.
Unlucky for
Little
the
Witch.
Lenin.
Little Witch caught between two battleships here. That is
And her turrets
Bad.
are not rotating quick enough forward to keep up with the storm.
But she's got great secondaries.
Yeah. Storm's going to be burning for a while. His turrets aren't turning quick enough either.
I think the Storm here is rotating his fire. He wants to take care of the Cleveland.
Cleveland is a much more vulnerable ship for him right now.
Absolutely. And he can angle up to the Massachusetts now. Oh, it got
He
robbed
wanted
on
a
that
solid hit there,
salvo.
and
A lot of action
Massachusetts-
happening here. We have
Oh,
seen
and
Oops has pushed through Alpha.
There goes Wicked Little Witch. She reversed her turn. I don't know why.
We do see Run Gump here is coming around for a torpedo strike, probably on the Vladivostok.
Salvo out at the Bayard. This could be it for him. Nope,
Nope.
those missed. Bayard dodges.
Vostok is soaking some serious damage for him.
Well, and he's got a kid on his broadside. He's got friendly torps coming up his starboard side. Got to slow down and let those go by. That might or might not give the kid a better chance here. I can't quite tell.
Kid's under fire, though, from Broad and Proud.
And there goes the Cleveland. We have not yet seen the torpedoes coming before the Storm.
Oh, they're coming
Yeah,
right
they
at
might
him
not
right
be
now. No, they're
Are they?
there. He's
Kid
turning.
fight.
He's probably going to dodge him.
He is probably going to burn out here, though. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
comfortably
he's ahead
got
of
them
us,
dodged.
Brad.
Down goes the kid.
Bayard's
Will they
probably
trade kids,
finally back
though?
to Vlad.
They will not trade.
Brown and Proud does have his heal up. He is healing.
Oh. Storm goes down, and Bayard's going to go down soon
Yep.
too.
Looks like the Kutuzov Geo Brigade is going to give chase to the Bayard, which
Oh,
might be questionable. There goes the Bayard.
You finally bagged the
Those
Bayard.
Lenin shells, man.
All the way up into the Lenin, finally bagging him.
Well, 4 ships up. It looks like TNG's got this wrapped up, but I just don't see a way back for Oops based on their board position and the ships they have left.
Indeed.
Agreed.
Cowboys La Terrible is going to be back into A shortly. That's gonna
Yep.
it's gonna start ticking those points up. Where's the Cossack?
Oh,
Up
and
there he is. I was just
Cossack
fixing
is
to
there,
say,
yep.
where is that? Yeah, he's radared right in front of pretty much God and everybody with a kid in smoke right there.
Does the Cossack have his hydro up?
Probably.
He
I don't-
does. He sees the torps
Okay.
coming.
He sees the
Oh,
torps.
the Edinburgh.
He's seen them
I don't
since
think
they
he's
came out
gonna.
of the
Is he gonna slow?
tubes.
He's not gonna slow down. Oh, that
Oh,
took a little bit
barely.
of a chip off of his nose.
His problem he might run into is he, I believe, was hydroed back for a while there.
Oh, they've lost him now. He was radared by the Edinburgh, and then the Edinburgh
Ah.
also picked up the torps that he launched at the Lenin.
Indeed,
So his
my
torpedo
team is
salvo didn't either.
my team is probably Potato is now moved into Bravo in the south, and he's got hydro up. He just popped it. It's gonna be a full duration hydro.
Kutuzov, Wolf Maximus might take a torp. No, he's gonna get out.
He's got to get cross.
That's not the only. He's getting cross torped.
He's got a double salvo in front of him as well. So.
And he's turning the wrong way. He's gonna eat one from the Lo Yang.
Oh no!
Bad. Right on the bow.
Oh man.
Oh man.
If he would have committed to that original turn, he would have just slid right through all of them like a pro.
All right.
But they were invisible till they were right up his nose.
TNG definitely with a very convincing play there on Neighbors as they walk away in a game that doesn't really mean anything, but was definitely exciting to watch.
Yeah, good practice for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely,
great game. So. Thank you to the teams for letting us cast that.
Absolutely,
it was a fun one to watch.
Yep. Thanks to all the teams who showed up today. Guys, thanks to you for showing up today to help us cast. I really do appreciate it. I mean, we didn't have as many games as we wanted, and I apologize for that, but I had a lot of fun doing this, and I think next weekend when we have some more, I guess, more reliable teams, maybe is the right word I would choose. I think we'll have a better.
Well, these games next weekend are for the actual prizes, so we should have teams showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody shows up today just got some participation stuff, so yeah. All right, well, I think
so Hotel, who won your second giveaway?
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, it looks like we do have the main pairings up. I don't know. Have we gone over this yet?
No, we have not.
We have not. All right. So taking a look at the main pairings, here as we move into next weekend, we have Cute going up against Rogue Fleet. That should be a pretty good series.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good series.
ARP KN versus 47%. Buenos Noches versus Oops. PSV versus 07. That should be a good one as well.
Wow.
SCCC versus Engage. That should be a pretty good one. TXT versus VIP4. Two of the more solid teams that we saw today. 5D versus MIA. And TNG versus PWP. So it looks like we got a slate of pretty good games for next weekend.
Wow, that's a heck of a lineup.
07 match, and then TNG's going to have their hands full right off the bat.
Yeah, indeed.
Goodness gracious.
Now, how do eliminations work for next week so folks know?
All right, so the way this works going forward, let me see. Hang on, give me 1 sec. Let me try and put this up on my. I gotta try and figure out how to put this up.
Add an image.
No, it's a website. So give me a sec here because I've got to.
Oh, sure.
Got to add it
as
a
screen cap.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can do a browser capture.
That's what I'm going to
Even a window capture would work.
I just did a print screen. I'm dragging it now to OBS.
You might be able to media source it. I'm trying to think how many more we can keep going for them. So guys, while we're waiting on that one, just a reminder, you can catch Mr. C Raptor hanging out with myself in Hotel Kilo Actual, High Fire, Bear Nuts and Bolts, and for the first time ever, me, Jash, with us on Shooting Ships 2 Saturdays from now. We'll be going over the tournament results, how the teams played, what we saw being selected as competitive ships, which ones we're seeing banned out a lot, and how the overall ranked season is going for folks. It is Saturday the 24th, time to be
All right. There we go. It's kind of not zoomed in. Let me a second.
Why can't I just do a straight up window capture?
Anyways, all right. So the way this works is this. What we're doing next weekend is we're doing double elimination. So what happens is every single one of these matches, except for the finals, is a best of one. So these teams come in, they play a single game, they go through the pick ban process just like we did today. They'll play a single game, and then life goes on. They play, and then life goes on. Once they lose twice, once you lose in the top bracket and the losers bracket, you're out. So it's very similar to as if we were doing a best of 3 match, right? Which would also be 2 losses and you're out. Except here we're just giving every team a much wider variety of things. The double elimination format is something that we've been trying to work on for a while.
Cool.
So this is going to be a lot of fun. Now it's going to be a little different because some rounds, certain brackets will have off. For example, obviously round 1, nobody's lost yet, so there is no losers bracket, right? In round 2, you'll have 2 matches in the winners bracket. two matches in the losers bracket. Okay, and then in round 3, there is no winners bracket. Takes a break, right? And I've got a bunch of matches in the losers bracket, and so on. So as we go forward next week, we're gonna have to put together. I think we've got a graphic that explains this in the rule set. But the bottom line is that some rounds will have games in both brackets, and some games will only have rounds in one bracket or the other. We figure it'll take us probably about 4-ish, maybe hours to run the whole thing. Most of these teams at this point are well experienced; they know what they're doing, so we don't anticipate any major organizational issues. And that's the plan. So I'm going to be up in Austin. We'll be doing a cast from there. So I'll have a stream with Kami Samurai, and then we're going to start off the day with a bunch of other streams. Actually, and now that what we'll probably end up doing is very similar to what we did today. As we start condensing the teams down, we'll start getting folks to like double up on games if they want to keep streaming, and if they don't, that's fine. And then for the finals, that's going to be Kami and I will do that one by ourselves. But for most other rounds, we'll be able to probably bring in other streamers if we want. So I'll talk to everybody. We'll get that worked out. And then of course, but you guys, of course, are welcome to come back and stream next weekend. We'd love to have you. And I think we had a great streaming turnout today. Unfortunately, we just didn't have the turnout from the teams we wanted. So oh well, it is what it is.
Yep.
Awesome.
Anyways, yeah, I had a good time. I think we're good here. You guys, anybody else got anything they want to touch base on before we call it a day?
No, I got nothing.
Either of you going to any of the upcoming Anchor Aways that these people can see you guys at?
Not until October. It's going to be a while. Be after King of the Sea before I make it to an Anchors Away.
Really?
Yeah. Now you're going. Are you doing Turner Joy?
Yeah, I'll be Turner Joy in September. Yep. Myself, Senpai, and Highfire will all be there. And then I will also be at PAX for any shipheads. Nice. That are there.
My brother-in-law is actually going to make it to Turner Joy. He lives up in Belfair.
Nice.
Yesterday they just had their first. I'm an uncle now. That's an interesting feeling.
Oh, well, congratulations to both
thank
of you.
Yeah, that's a
Uncle Raptor.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so yeah, but he's going. He told me this week he bought tickets. He's going to go Turner Joy. He started playing this summer. He's active duty up there, so he's in the submarine, silent service.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hang it up. If y'all want to keep streaming, you do your thing. But guys, thanks for watching today. I really appreciate you tuning in. And the rest of you guys, like, tell us where we can find you.
Zath.
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Or Zath. Go for it, Zath.
All right. Well, you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Lord_Zath, like my name. And same thing with Twitch, and you can send replays to me, lordzathna@gmail.com. Any replay, any result, any ship, I really don't care. Send it off to me. I'll try to get you some feedback on how you're playing and give you some things to think about, perhaps.
Cool. I guess I'll go next then. You can find me, Hotel Kilo Actual, on Twitch, and that's pretty much it at this point. I do have some plans to expand the outreach of my channel, but for now it's just on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Hotel Kilo Actual.
And you can catch me over on twitch.tv/Krigor. Or you can catch me live at PAX or at the Turn and Joy.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us. And I guess we'll see you guys next Saturday, where we're going to do the bracket just like you see it here.
Perfect.
All right.
Woo. All right, guys. Good one here. I'll see you then.